Landowners in Red Deer County are taking action to benefit the environment and their businesses with support from programs like the Off the Creek program. These people are stewards of the land, protecting environmental values while allowing their operations and use of the land to flourish in progressive and healthy ways.
Our farm name is Coulee Crest Farms. We run purebred Hereford cattle, about 180 head of purebred Hereford cattle, and we also have a commercial Hereford herd, about 150 of those. So we calve over 300 head of cows, and we also grain farm about 1,800 acres, wheat, canola, and barley. And we produce some hay for the cattle and silage. So we're a mixed farm and kind of equal emphasis between grain and cattle. We've been farming here for a long time. I'm third generation on the farm. My grandfather came here in 1929, and this is on one of his original quarters. We've wintered our cows on this site for quite a long time, probably 15, 20 years. And this large dugout has been the sole source of winter water besides snow. After being involved in, getting my environmental farm plan and attending ESA, environmentally significant areas, I realized it was probably a good thing to reduce the manure load that goes through this dugout. Our cows have always spent a fair bit of time at the mouth of the dugout when they're watering, and there gets to be a fair buildup of manure over the winter. Those are the reasons why we decided to look into a project that would work for us. It had to be functional, and so we wouldn't have winter freeze-up problems and wouldn't be high maintenance. After doing some research, I found this system that would work off of a motion eye, and I needed to just build a wet well, and a simple solar pump charging batteries would supply the cattle with water. So what it took to develop this was a track hoe trenching out into the dugout, and we built a trench back here, installed a 2-foot culvert as a riser with holes in the bottom to let the water in. It's sitting on fieldstone rock. We filled our trench with a layer of rock, then 2 pieces of 8-inch pipe that go out into the dugout and then connect to our riser. And then we put another foot or 2 of fieldstone rock, like washed rock, on top and around our riser. And so it gave us a level of water in the bottom and enough depth from the top of the soil so we were below the frost line and we don't have freezing. So we're 6 or 7 feet down to the water, and that's where the pump sits. So that's how it was built. The way it works is it has a motion detector eye, and as an animal walks up here, it detects the motion of the animal, the pump kicks in, it starts filling, and it'll pump fairly fast, like 8 to 10 gallons a minute. So 4 cows can water around here fairly quickly and then leave. And so they don't spend a lot of time lounging around here, and so we don't get a lot of manure buildup. The other thing with it being off-site like this, the slope of the land is such that the manure doesn't run into the dugout, it runs back out here, and I've seeded down a grassed hay buffer around it which soaks up the nutrients that is back here, and we don't end up having it going in our water course. So that works really good for us. So the system worked really well through the cold weather. This year we had a week of minus 30-degree weather and no freeze-up problems. The only thing we did have to do was clean our pump out every once in a while, because the way the system works, it drains back down through the pump. It's got a filter at the bottom, and so you just have to clean out that filter on occasion, because you've got hay or whatever is in the cow's mouths going back down into the pump area. But the water's been very clean and it's recharged good. It's been cleaner than what they drank out of at the dugout before when we chopped ice. So it's been very good for us. There's a box over here that contains 4 6-volt batteries, and they're hooked together to make a 12-volt system. In there is a controller, so The solar panel charges through the controller system and tops up the batteries and keeps them full. If they get low, they will trip out. We have had when it wasn't supplying quite enough power during the really dim days in December and January, and we just topped up our batteries with a small generator. But overall, it's been really good. It's only if we have almost no light that we have any problem. The controller works that it cuts out too when it gets a high voltage and we don't overcharge. So it's just putting a slow amperage trickle charge in there, just like any battery charger would work, and keeps the batteries up and seems to work real good to keep that pump running. It reduces our labor, so we're not here every day chopping ice. It increases the safety for our cows, so we have less risk of one of them dying or a group of them falling through the ice, which you hear of every winter on dugouts. So we've reduced our risk there to our business of the death loss on our cows. And then I guess thirdly, we're improving the water quality to the cows, and so that should help as far as weight gain, health of calves, all that sort of thing, by having a much better water source and without a power bill. So we've never run power here because we were always trying to do it as low cost as possible to increase our profitability with cattle. And so this helps again because we have no meter here that's running all the time to pump water to the cows. As farmers, we're always feel that we're protectors of the environment because we're the hands-on people, and so it just feels like we're doing the right thing to help do our part to help out. With this project, we're reducing the nutrient load downstream, and if everybody does that to some degree, the water quality everywhere will be better.
Discover great land and water management programs for you and your land at rdcounty.ca.